सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
I have the chat.
स एव सर्वं यद्भूतम्।
Which one?
Number 9.
Number, okay.
स एव सर्वं यद्भूतम्
स एव सर्वं यद्भूतं
यच्च भव्यं सनातनम्
यच्च भव्यं सनातनम्
ज्ञात्वा तं मृत्युमत्येति
ज्ञात्वा तं मृत्युमत्येति
नान्यः पन्था विमुक्तये।
नान्यः पन्था विमुक्तये।
सर्वभूतस्थमात्मानं
सर्वभूतस्थमात्मानं
सर्वभूतानि चात्मनि
सर्वभूतानि चात्मनि
सम्पश्यन् ब्रह्मपरमम्
सम्पश्यन् ब्रह्म परमम्
याति नान्येन हेतुना।
याति नान्येन हेतुना।
आत्मानमरणिं कृत्वा
आत्मानमरणिं कृत्वा
प्रणवं चोत्तरारणिम्
प्रणवं चोत्तरारणिम्
ज्ञाननिर्मथनाभ्यासात्
ज्ञाननिर्मथनाभ्यासात्
पाशं दहति पण्डितः।
पाशं दहति पण्डितः।
स एव माया परिमोहितात्मा
स एव माया परिमोहितात्मा
शरीरमास्थाय करोति सर्वम्
शरीरमास्थाय करोति सर्वम्
स्तन्नपानादिविचित्रभोगैः
प्रियन्नपानादिविचित्रभोगैः
स एव जाग्रत् परितृप्तिमेति।
स एव जाग्रत् परितृप्तिमेति।
स एव माया परिमोहितात्मा
स एव माया परिमोहितात्मा
शरीरमास्थाय करोति सर्वम्
शरीरमास्थाय करोति सर्वम्
स्तन्नपानादिविचित्रभोगैः
स्त्रियन्नपानादिविचित्रभोगैः
स एव जाग्रत् परितृप्तिमेति.
स एव जाग्रत् परितृप्तिमेति.
So go ahead and mute yourself. So we've been discussing this mantra last 2.5 hours now. In particular, the word Maya we were trying to discuss. We explored quite a bit. What is Advaita Vedanta? Advaita Vedanta says that Jagat is not Satyam, not absolutely real. I take everything as absolutely real. Every jiva takes the world as absolutely real. Animals also take it as absolutely real. They don't have a choice to ask any question. But the human being also takes it as absolutely real. Fortunately, the human being has what is called buddhi, and self-consciousness is there, and so dharma becomes important. Self-conscious, I am conscious of myself. I'm very conscious of my looks, and I am conscious of my actions also. What will other people think of me? This is a huge problem for humanity. For every human being, this is a huge problem. What will other people think of me? And that comes from the self-consciousness. Correct? And from looks onwards, we are all very, very conscious. And so then, what about my actions? Right, wrong becomes very important. Dharma becomes very important. Not dharma in terms of looks, but at least dharma in terms of what should I do in the current situation. What should I do in my family? Grasta dharma. There is a grasta dharma. Brahmachari means brahmachari dharma is there. I must study. That duty is there. Like this, we have elaborate dharma. Kula dharma is there. Varna dharma. Oh, I am a Brahmana, Kshatriya, etc. Then Brahmana means what? Brahmana has a duty. Brahmana's only duty is to protect the Veda. This is the only duty. That's what Shastram says. And so Brahmana, Kshatriya, etc. Shudra, the word Shudra, we don't use these days because it's, it can create all kinds of necessary thoughts. So, labor pool is there. People who are very good at labor. And without them, you can't construct anything. Impossible. And so that is called that particular uh, Varna. So Varna Dharma is there, Ashrama Dharma we talked about, Kula Dharma, Grama Dharma. That's why we have a Grama Devata. We're supposed to be alert on this. Pancha Mahayajna is there, a different way of looking at these things. So much infrastructure. Look at the infrastructure this human being needs. The other day I was giving an example, not here, but in the other talk, of a tortoise or a turtle. And the turtle comes from the ocean, it comes to the beach, and then it lays eggs, 50 eggs, 100 eggs, even 150 eggs at one time. And then within a span of 6-7 weeks, it will come 3, 4, 5 times and lay that many eggs. And this eggs will, and then it will cover up all the eggs with this beach sand, beach mud, and then walk away. That's it. Never to see its children again. And then these eggs hatch, and then these turtles, small turtles, and small, they hardly you can is visible. But all these birds that they know it's a feast for buffet for them. It's a buffet for all these birds, and they're all waiting. They're all waiting for these turtles to just they're running. If at all you want to see a turtle running, don't say I never. A turtle cannot run. A turtle can run, and this is the time a turtle runs. It somehow it knows I must not only the water is there, but also it seems to know, and it also knows I must run like crazy, run like crazy. And now is the time, and so it runs. So Whoever escapes out of the thousands and thousands that are hatching will go to the water. There it is safe. There it is safe. It will live for the next 50 years, 100 years. Some turtles, it seems, they live for 150 years. Okay, 150 years. It doesn't know father, mother, nothing. There is no, all the rituals we do, not there. Simantam, not there. Pumsavanam, not there. Namakaranam, not there. Vivaha karma, not there. For this turtle, nothing is there. Much, no ado. Here, much ado about nothing. Here, so much, it's all just leading a life. No graduation parties, no drinks flowing. Do you want orange juice? Do you want apple juice? Do you want that? Nothing. No such thing is there for this poor turtle. It lives by itself for 100 years. Not only that, it has no emotional problems also. Oh, I'm so alone. Nobody cares about me. Even my friends and all, they are stopped calling me now. Why? Because you study Vedanta. It's your karma to study Vedanta. Nobody else is interested in Vedanta. So they won't call you. Afterwards, they won't call you after some time. Which is a good sign actually. Don't think it's not good. It's a very good sign. It shows that you are on a particular track. Urvairikomeva bandhana mrityo mukshiya mamrita. Upanishad mantra and all we have. And it says, I don't run away from samsara. No, no. I should run away. That is another some other problem. Emotional problem is there. Why are you running away from? What are you running away from? Samsara should run away from me. Should just walk away from me. Aha. So when people don't call you, you should look at it as a good sign. Oh, I must have grown up. Like that, you should pat yourself on the back. Okay. So this guy looks like tortoise. The turtle's life is very simple, and I could have been a turtle, and they live long also. It's not that simple. Turtle has to be born with self-consciousness sooner or later, and then the self-conscious being has to be there. And this guy is now has to figure out this whole setup. Figure out somehow or the other without getting lost in this samsara. Easy to get lost. And so that guy has to find out what is real. What is appearing to be real? What is real? What appears to be real need not be absolutely real. We have so many examples. We keep on giving here. Shastram is going to talk about Jagrat, Swapna, and Sushupti, three states of experience. All right. So that inquiry into reality must be done. Why? Because there are things called real, there are things called apparently real, there are things called unreal. That's why. That's why you need to know. Some things we agree on, like dream and so forth, we all agree universally. Yeah, it's a dream. What happens in dream is irrelevant. Irrelevant to us in the waking state. That we all agree. Dream I step into waking state, then Shastram has to come and say the waking state also is not as real as you think. That's where we are right now. And what Vedanta finally says, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Jagan has some reality, all right. A reality that is more than the dream reality. But it is called Mithya type of reality. It is not absolutely real. Why it is not absolutely real? You don't need Vedanta to prove that. You don't need Vedanta. Everything is temporary, everything is changing, things are breaking apart. You buy something and then somebody said, I wanted to buy air conditioner. I said, you know what? Air cooler versus air conditioner. You think about this air cooler. Air conditioner takes 10 times the amount of power than air cooler. Make sure you have the money to pay the annual, the monthly electricity bills. So that is going on. And then repair, etc. Make sure you have some warranty, new air conditioner warranty. And somehow these things don't get spoiled during the warranty period. They figured it all out, I think. You thought the warranty and all that. Finally, warranty, and then it's broken, no, it's not working. You look for the warranty. Oh, 6 years gone. Warranty is gone. So make sure you're prepared for all these things. And they cannot afford this. So sometimes I have to tell them. So changing constantly, something or the other is breaking up. That itself tells me this is not nitya. Everything is anityam. And so we've done that analysis, and the analysis says that if nothing is nityam, everything is breaking apart, even the mountains are changing, the glaciers are melting, and rivers are also not permanent. Saraswati river used to be there, now she is underground. Okay? And there also change is going on. Ganga is being cleaned up by Indian government. They are supposed to clean up. I don't know how successful it is. So everything is changing. Ozone layer itself, we make sure it is changing. Okay, so wherever humans go, they are masters of change, I think, and so much change is happening. So, but the human mind is seeking this ananda, permanence, permanence. And I want to be happy. You want to be happy inside the house or outside the house? What kind of question is that you're asking? I want to be happy inside the house and outside the house. All right. So all the time, this guy wants to be happy. So he's become an experienced hunter. But he has to convert that into a truth hunter. He has to hunt for truth. And so that is what we are doing. And we found out that Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya. Like our Uddalaka teaches his son. Uddalaka teaches Svetaketu. Hey Somya, he calls him. What a nice word. Hey, dear one. Hey, beautiful looking one. They have all these words. We use all these words to our children, small children and all. And words which sometimes are not there in any language. Ekoti, kaka, papa, and all we say. So, like that, Dalak also calls his son, hey, Somya. Somya, good looking. And then, good looking is not enough, he says. You have to know the truth of this universe. And so, I says, Vrittike Teva Satyam. He says, Vrittika iti eva Satyam. The truth of the world of clay is clay only. Everything else is what? Vacharam, Vanam, Vikaro, Namadeyam. Namadeyam. Everything is just name and form. Name and form. Form means shape, etc. That we have understood. That is Vedanta, finally. Everything is Brahma. If everything is Brahma and Brahma is Atma, I am Atma and Brahma also is Atma. Therefore, this Atma is not only here, the consciousness is not only in the body, but it extends beyond the extremities of the body. That is mind boggling. Mind boggling. And then that Atma is nothing but Brahma. Now, one second. Let me close this door. Now, if everything is Brahma, I am everything, I pervade everything, if somebody says, then how did this duality come into being? How did this samsara come into being? If I am Satchidananda, how come I am sad? How come this duality has come about? Like that, so how did Brahma become dual? And what are you talking about? That has to be answered. So that is the question that is being answered in these mantras. Uh, Sayeva Maya Parimohitatma. That is where Maya comes. Why do I feel limited? What is this whole Jiva business? How did this Paramatma become Jivatma? This becomes our analysis. Look at Advaita Vedanta. Advaita Vedanta analysis is about the entire universe, including Swarga also. Swarga Pratya also is considered as part of samsara only. That makes our analysis quite simple actually. Really, it is simple. If I know the truth of myself, I know the truth of the universe. If I know the truth of the universe, if that is how it is, then I'll end up knowing the truth of myself. And truth of myself means truth of God also has to be included. Truth of all the heavens that all religions talk also should be included in this. Therefore, this heaven hunting will drop for all Advaita Vedas. We accept existence of Swarga. There is no need to deny it because you can't disprove it. You can't disprove it. So we're not interested in disproving the existence of Swarga. That is the Shastra talks about. It's another realm of experience. Who are you or me to say the human being experience is only the maximum quote unquote achievable experience? We can't prove. People, the scientists still have not figured out whether life exists elsewhere or not. We will assume life exists elsewhere. Until you disprove it, we have to assume it is there. Somebody else somewhere else may be talking like this. They also will say, "Oh, we are the greatest beings in this planet. God has given us the unique capacity to rule over the entire land mass and animals, plants, everything belongs to us." Like that, somebody else will be talking somewhere else. This fellow is stupid on Earth. That fellow also is stupid on that planet. Right? Each fellow thinks they are the greatest. You know, in our Shastra, it is very clear. Let there be any number of worlds. What's your problem? Okay. So that question is being answered here through this Maya Parimohita. And we spent some time talking about Maya. And here Shastram says is analyzing what is called the three states of experience. It's called Avastha Traya Pariksha, Avastha Traya Vicharaha. Vichara. So in other words, the human being's experience, instead of saying, looking at our resumes and say, where were you born, what is your parentage, where did you study, and what kind of job did you do, when did you get married, instead of asking questions like that, and then analyzing one's life, Shastra makes it's an amazing thing, simple yet amazing. Says there are three types of experiences all of us have. What is called waking experience, and dream experience, and deep sleep experience. And Shastra says if I analyze these three experiences, these three types of experiences, there is a lot to learn from this. There's a lot to learn because why there is a lot to learn? Because I am a waker now. I'm a person with a particular personality, identity. I'm awake, you are awake, everybody is awake here right now at this moment. And so that's a waking experience. Tomorrow also we can have a class, tomorrow also we will recognize each other. So there is a continuity. And the type of problems we experience in the waking state is all unique, which has to be solved in the waking state only. Then I enter another world called dream world, which seems as real as the waking world, but the dream problems are all different, and I cannot solve the waking world problems in my dream state. I cannot solve my dream state problems in the waking state. And then I have a third experience called Sushupti. Now, just like I've already analyzed this waking state and said that the Jagat Mithya, because nothing is permanent. Mithya means everything is just form. There is no the reality you give to the objects of the world is not correct. It is not absolutely real. We've seen that. It is mithya. It is just name and form. Hey, if in waking world itself is like that, then dream world also is of a different type of reality. It is pure projection of the jiva, and projection of the jiva can't be any more real than the waking world reality. It's much less real. So the waker is dead in the dream. In the dream, the waker does not exist. Please make a note. In the waking state, the waker, the person who thought himself to be so and so gotra, so and so name, so and so accomplished guy, so and so family with so many children, they're all doing well, they're all in Singapore and Australia and America and all that, married and well. That guy is dead in the dream. That guy doesn't exist in the dream. The guy doesn't in the dream, the guy doesn't exist. In deep sleep also this waker doesn't exist. Does not exist. That whole history, that personality, the entire decades of experience, and that ball of experience, and pain and pleasure and sorrow and joy, everything, that ball, that personality does not exist in these two states. So the Shastra says, "Hey, here also there is change. There are certain things that are changing in these three states. The waker doesn't exist in the dream state, the dreamer does not exist in the deep sleep state itself, and the dreamer does not exist in the waking state. So there are three personalities in these three states. That means personality is changing. That means what? I am not my personality. The change, what is changing is not me. Vritiketi savyam, vritiketi satyam. Hey Soumya, that is not satyam. What changes can't be satyam. That is why the Shastra is analyzing this so-called avastha trayam. Avastha means a state of experience. Trayam means three. Tisraha avastaha, three states. In Sanskrit, there is a way to say it. Avastha trayam. If you put the number three after the word, then it becomes singular. Avastha trayam is a singular. Three states of experience. Even though it is three, it's still singular as a particular construct in Sanskrit. Avastha trayam. Like if you say bilingual, is it singular or plural? I don't know. Bilingual is an adjective. So maybe you can't say singular to adjective, I think. So, uh, in English, some examples should be there. So, avasthatrayam. Okay.
Couple,
Huh?
couple, couple is the word.
Okay, couple. Good, good. Yeah, we have words like that. Couple is there. Couple is singular. No, no, we are two. No, you are two, all right. But you're so united, husband and wife. Very united. You don't consider yourself as separate. That's why you're called single couple. Single couple, you should say. Couple is better. A single has a different meaning altogether. All right. So, like that, avasthatrayam means the three states of experience is analyzed. Because why should I analyze it? Because I can identify what is changing. I can reject whatever is changing as not me. Because what is common in all these three states of experience, that only I have to look at. That must be me. After so many years of living, after so many sleep cycles and dream cycles, still I remember who I was, where I was born, what are all my friends. We have all these alumni parties and get togethers and all that. And why? And who is the person? Yeah, that is all waking state person, all right. But is there some continuity or not? Who is the thing that is, what is it that is continuous? It appears like this person, this entity, Mr. Vivek, is continuous with so and so date of birth, so and so classmates, so and so parents, so and so children, so and so grandchildren. That seems to be continuous. That is not continuous. There were no grandchildren 50 years ago. Grandchildren were there now only. That's not continuous. What about my name? Okay. All right, name was continuous. But your name was not there before you were born. Even during birth, your name was not there. Your parents did not know the name. They waited for some time. And during dream, anyway, your name is not there. Name is just some people call you some name. That's all it is. That's all a name is. No, no, my birth certificate has my name. It's a piece of paper. If birth was real, then every in deep sleep, the waker dies, and in dream, waker dies. Everybody gets up in the morning. Then we should create a grave. We have to stand in line every day to get a new date of birth. Oh, the waker is born. I am now a new guy, and so all of us will be busy getting birth certificates and all, and death certificate also. So fortunately, that doesn't happen. So here, change, identify change. All these things are change. Important change in the life of a human being. These are all important changes, no doubt. So we have samskaras too. Milestone. Any culture will have samskaras. Birthday in samskara. Because this change is so much that we want to preserve all these things. Past memories of our children, how they were born, how they are growing. All that is beautiful to look at. So we preserve them in albums and so forth. But that itself is proof for me, enough proof for me to say that yeah, that cannot be the real me. That cannot be the real. But this is why the Shastra is using Avastatrayam. It's called a prakriya. Look at that. It's called a methodology. How does the Shastram teach me what is Satyam? Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya is a statement, but I need to understand this Brahma and Satyam. How? Avastatraya prakriya is what? By looking at the three states of experience, I can understand Satyam. That is what Shastra says. That is a prakriya that is being used. Prakriya means what? Methodology, approach. Another approach is Karana Karya Prakriya, something like this. Karana Karya. A clay is the cause of the pot. Pot is the effect. And by analyzing the pot, I can understand Satyam. And Mithya. Pot is Mithya, clay is Satyam. Clay can be analyzed further, and finally I'll end up with Brahma, Brahma Satyam. That's called Karana Karya Prakriya. Means what? Hey, the Karanam is pervading the effect, the Karyam. And if Karanam is pervading the Karyam, then what is the existence of Karyam? Karyam seems to depend on Karanam. Ah, yes, that's correct. So this dependent existence is this world. Jagan Mithya, if you say it is dependent existence. What is Brahma? Independent existence. So Karana Karya Prakriya is being used there. We don't use the word, but that's what it is. Here it is called Avastatraya Prakriya. Any methodology that enables me to see change, appreciate change, and thereby appreciate the changeless. Okay, Nityam. That is the methodology here also being used. The Shastra is going to say this waking state is not different from dream state. What Shastra is going to say. It's going to throw this shock at us. Waking state is good. You enjoy your waking state, but finally it is not much different from the dream state. Like that, Shastra is going to say. In this analysis, that's what will come up. Because it doesn't have an independent existence. If waking state is absolute reality, then I cannot have dream. And I cannot go to sleep also. Because you just said waking state is real. Reality cannot disappear. Just like that. Absolute real means that has to be there all the time. Therefore, the waking state is as good as dream in that perspective also. Because it's temporarily real, but the pravaha nityatvam is there. And next day when I wake up also, same people are there, same me is there, and I recognize everything. Therefore, continuity is there. That's what traps us. What traps us into thinking it is the absolute reality. And so, when When we say the waking state is like the dream state, then we have to look at, there are a lot of differences between these two states. Swamiji gives an example. This person, Mr. So and so, is the pillar of the family, pillar of the society. Pillar. Pillar of the society means what? Pillar is a cylindrical block which is vertical, which is inert, jadam, which doesn't move at all. But then you say he's a pillar means what? He's a pillar means he's not like an unmoving block. No, no. It means just like a pillar supports a whole structure. It has the capacity to support so much weight on itself and is super solid. It has to be even more solid than the structure on top. How strong it should be. That is a quality we are attributing to this person. By saying he is a pillar, she is a pillar of the family, like that. Say like that here also. When you say the Jagrada Avastha is like Swapna Avastha, there is some similarity. And that similarity is all we are trying to understand that as well. What is a dream then? In dream there is I okay, one more important thing. We keep saying Jagrada Avastha, Swapna Avastha and Sushupti Avastha. When a person goes to sleep, the dream state will not be the next state. The next state has to be Sushupti, deep sleep. Dream can only come from Sushupti. Dream cannot come from Jagrata Avastha. Please make a note. Not possible. If dream comes from Jagrata Avastha, I will call it as daydreaming. Daydreaming. There can't be the dream state from Jagrata. It has to come from Sushupti. I have to die to the universe first. I have to die to my body first. I'm unaware of the body. I'm unaware of anything, in fact. Then I am ready to project. Ready to project. My vasanas are there. My fears and anxieties are there. My joys and pleasures are all there. My experience of happiness is there. And that vasana will be the cause, the bija for projecting a world. Yeah, projecting a world. That projection is called vikshepa. Vikshepa. We saw this before, and we want to use that word again. Vikshepa. Vikshepa means what? Ability to project. It's a Shakti, it is. It's a Shakti. So, and Jagrata Avastha is what? Jagrata Avastha also there is a projection. There is a projection. All the things that I see are Nama Rupa, but really they are Brahman, but it is Nama Rupa. That is why exactly like my Ajnana makes me project in my dream. Why Shakti? I shouldn't say Ajnana. There is a Shakti, Vikshepa Shakti of Maya. There also Maya is operating. Maya is making me project this dream world. Likewise, even Ishvara with Maya, Ishvara as Maya is projecting the world in waking state. Projecting the world in waking state. There also Vikshepa is there, but that is Ishvara Srishti. This world is Ishvara Srishti. That is why you and I cannot change this world. Cannot change. It will change on its own accord. No chance of changing this world. We do invent, create, make our life comfortable, etc. We do all that, but it's possible to simply just change the world. Why? Because that is Ishvara Srishti. There is a law and order there also. And we try to change people. We don't try, we want to change people. I wish he is different, she is different. And lifelong we can change people, but we can't change people. Our own spouse and children, you can't change. Can't change, absolutely can't change. Anyway, so that is Ishvara Srishti. Here it is Jiva Srishti, dream. And so that the Vikshepa Shakti of Maya in the waking state manifests as the Vikshepa Shakti of the Jiva in the dream state. and a dream is projected. Vikshepa. Then what happens? Then the dream world is created, but I'm unaware that I projected this. The awareness is not there. Ishvara is aware. Ishvara is aware that I am the one who projected this world. He says that Ajopi Sannam Vyayatma Bhutanam Ishvaropi San, fourth chapter. Prakritim Swam Adhishtaya Sambhavami Atma Mayaya Sambhavami. Hey, I am manifest as this world. Atma Mayaya. Using Maya, I am aware. Maya is in my control. Like that he says. But in this dream world, I am absolutely helpless. Maya is in control of me, and my vasanas just create the dream world. I have zero free will. Zero consciousness is there. Conscious means self consciousness. Self awareness is zero. Free will is zero. Yet a world is projected. And now, next step, what happens? Next step, I make another big mistake. And that big mistake is what? Section Vikshepa Shakti. Next, Avarana Shakti. Avarana Shakti is what? It prevents me from seeing the world I created as my own creation. If I know it is my creation, then I am not going to be under the spell of the creation. But I am totally unaware. Totally unaware of the creation I made in the dream. And so, that Avarana Shakti is operating prevention. That also is okay. Not knowing that I created the dream world also is okay. But now, third step, I associate with this dream world as something real, and now I'm going to take this whole thing as absolutely real. And I also have a body in this dream world. I have a dream body, and that dream body is my creation, my dear friend. It's your creation. It is just an image. It is, after all, a thought. How can a thought damage you? Just like a thought came, the thought should go away. It is not real. No, no, no. It's absolutely real. And then I relate to that image of myself, and then that image of myself relates to all images in the dream, thinking that everything is real, exactly like in the waking world. This is the scenery. Vikshepa Shakti, Avarana Shakti, then misidentification, wrong identification, error. Then fourth step, samsara, dream samsara, dream world samsara, suffering, joys and suffering, sukha dukkha goes on, even in dream world. But why are you spending so much time talking about the dream world when my problems are right now in my waking state? Hey, waking state is no different. Now you understand, waking state is no different than this dream state. It is easy to understand the dream state. That's why we are talking about the dream state. It's easy to understand the mistakes I made in the dream state so that I can say, tell myself, oh, I am making a similar mistake in the waking state. That's why. Atma Bodha, what does he say? Shankaracharya. Samsara, illa, samsara swapna tulyo hi. Samsara swapna tulyo hi. The samsara that I experience in this waking world, swapna tulyaha. It is no different than a dream. Tulyaha means identical, sadrishaha, similar, similar to the dream world. Why do you say, what are the similarities? Raga, dvesha, the sankulaha. Raga, dvesha, the sankulaha. That's it. In one word, he defines samsara. He says all this ball, this whole, I'm just a bunch of ragas and dveshas, likes and dislikes. That's it. That defines my life. And then he says, in my dream world also, yeah, all the raga dveshas are there, and desires. I pursue certain things. I withdraw from certain things. I like things. I don't like things. I like some people. I don't like people. I like some animals. I have some pets, and then I don't like certain animals. There also. There also I have to eke out a living, and here also say Raga Dvesha the Sankula. Sankula means this bundle of ragadveshas. That's what it is. All right. So that's the idea here. And Vikshepa, Avarana, taking Avarana to be absolutely real, and suffering as a result of that. Step 4. 1, 2, 3. So, making a mistake by itself is not a problem. But then I'll sooner or later I'll be forced to take the reality and include the reality in my life. I don't know so many people out there. It doesn't create a problem in my life. I may mistake somebody to somebody else. Okay, stranger. Okay, oh, I thought you were different. No, no, no problem. I correct my mistake. I don't correct the mistake also. It is okay. But there are certain situations like this where a mistake is a, is a, is a bija for the rest of my life. It's a cause for all samsara that I'm experiencing. And so this analysis is important. So if you look at science, what is science if you ask me? Science is an analysis of the waking state. Whatever I experience in the waking state, all the things, all the phenomena that are there, geological phenomena, astrological phenomena, weather phenomena, medical body phenomena, okay, food, botany, zoology, all these ologies are all there. They're all analyzing whatever is there in the waking state. It's perceivable. And that is fine. That's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. But you can't say science is approaching spirituality. Hey, science cannot approach spirituality because spirituality is the study of what is permanent. What is, and for that, I have to not just stop with waking state. I have to analyze dream state, not for the sake of understanding how dreams are created. That the dream scientists are looking at. I'm sure there's a lot of dream science. It is. Maybe there's a word in English called for dream science. They must have come up with a word also. I won't be surprised. And so, dream is there, but you have to analyze Sushupti also. You have to look at what is common between these three. That is the analysis that is required to come towards spirituality. And that's why we say let science be. Don't give too much importance to science. And likewise, don't give too much importance to spirituality. Don't say spirituality will make your life comfortable. Hey, only the air conditioner will make your life comfortable. Spirituality will give you a different kind of comfort. That is very important for us, all right. But we have to be clear about what these two things can do. And so that's and so that's how we look at the whole. Because for us there is nothing that's outside the boundary of discussion. Outside the boundary is not. And so, having said that, no, how do you know that the dream is only thoughts? Suppose there's a real world inside the dream. You're just saying, brushing it aside by saying it's all only thoughts. Hey, come on. Even a blind person can get dreams. Suppose a person became blind due to some accident. Will the person have dreams or not? The person will have dreams. Why? The person has seen things before and is able to recall all those experiences. That is what? Person doesn't see anything, nothing real. The person absolutely can't see anything. Still, the person can dream. So, this is all a thought world. Dream world is merely a thought world. And so, this is what Shankaracharya says in a Dakshinamurti Stotram. Dakshinamurti Stotram is a little bit advanced. They teach in the ashram in the 3-year course, they teach Dakshinamurti Stotram. Shankaracharya's composition. Beautiful composition, but it's a bit advanced. In the first shloka itself, Maya Veka. Pashyannatmani Mayaya Bahirivodbhutam Yatha Nidraya. Like that he will say. Yatha Nidraya. So he says, just like this Nidra, this sleep is there, hey, this is Just like the sleep also outside also. Mayaya. Here Mayaya paribhramitaha. In the waking world, I have assumed these experiences as absolutely real. And so this is Alpa Nidra, this is Mahanidra. This is Mahanidra. At least Alpa Nidra, I can come out of it. Every day I can come out of it. But Mahanidra, I need to make an effort to come out of. Like that, he talks about in the Rakshanamurti Stotram. And so, just like, just like the only solution, suppose somebody is sleeping and then he's screaming, oh, help me, help me, help me, the dog is chasing me, oh, somebody help me. Why are you watching me like this? Please help me. Do something about this. And you are there. You're the blessed one to listen to all this drama. Okay. And now what will you do? Will you go get a stick to chase the dog? You know, dog is chasing, correct? You have to get a stick, right? You'll do something. Or you're getting ready to fight with the dog. Or because you're a karate master, you know. So you're doing this. What will you do? You may get a stick to beat this fellow, to make him get up now. You have to get up. There's no dog, nothing. Wake up. For that reason, you can get a stick. And so, why? Why don't you chase the dog, dream dog? The only solution to the dream problem is to wake up. Is to wake up. Don't try to solve all the problems in the dream. You have to wake up to reality. What? Wake up to what? To different reality. A different reality from where you can say, oh, was I shouting? Really? Was I screaming? Scram, look, everybody's woken up now because of you only. So, why should we all wake up in the middle of the sleep? You have been screaming. We heard you. You said this, that. Now. What happened? Did you got bitten by a dog when you were young or something? Yeah. How that happened? That's why I think it is coming late. Like that, we can have a discussion. Therefore, the only solution to dream problems is to wake up from that. Like that, the only solution to the problems of the waking world is to wake up to the reality of the waking world, for which there is no other avastha. There is no, I have to, just like this is sleep and this is waking state, there is from waking state, there is another state, super waking state. Super duper nahi hai. There is no super duper in this. There is only what is called jnana. They say super duper in America. Super duper. That's a nice word. Here I've not heard super duper. Super duper means great. Wow. Got all these medals. Super duper. And so, like that, there is no super duper state. This state. You just be aware of the realities. Well, this jnanam that we talk about. And so, they are shifting the order of reality. Just like here, order of reality got shifted. Dream was real. Swakale Satyavad Bhati. That kind of reality this dream world is. And Prabodhe Sati. When I wake up, Satya Sat Bhavet. Prabodhe Sati Asat Bhavet. Then I immediately dismiss it. The person wakes up, immediately the person says, oh, it was a dream. It is not real. Immediate. No lecture is required. No explanation of dream, this, that, all avastha, traya, sakshi, all this, we don't have to talk. Immediately the person knows. That is the only solution to the dream problems, and that happens to be the only solution to the samsara that we experience in the waking state. So therefore, it gives us some consolation. There is a solution. There is a solution. I've taken the non-real to be absolutely real. A better statement would be, I've taken that which is not absolutely real to be absolutely real. So there is something that I have to know. Like that I can understand. Like in the dream world, Mayeva Sakalam Jatam, Mayeva Sarvam Pratishtitam. Look at the statement. Mayeva Sayam Layam Yati. Tad Brahmadvayam Asmeham. Look at this. Mayeva Sakalam Jatam. Sakalam Jatam. Jatam is born. The whole thing is born. What in me? My means from me. From me it is born. The dream world. Okay. Then Mai Sarvam Pratishtitam. Very important shloka it is. Mai Sarvam Pratishtitam. The entire dream world is nothing but me. I am the one who is holding them like this. This world. There are some organizations that have this. They have two hands and then they are holding the family. Like insurance corporation and all. We support it, something like that. I think LIC has some kind of a motto like that. Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam. I think that is the motto of LIC. I don't know. That day somebody was talking. So, like that, my sarvam pratishtitam, the entire world is sustained by me. As the dream is progressing, I am the one who is sustaining this dream. I am the one who is giving oxygen to this dream. Mai sarvam pratishtitam. Then what happens? Mai sarvam layam yati. Then when I wake up or when I go from the dream state to deep sleep state, when there is no dream at all, then also Mai sarvam layam yati. I swallow the whole world. I resolve the whole world. Rather, the whole world resolves into me. Mai sarvam layam yati. Then tad brahmadhyasmyaham. That I is who is that I? That is the question now. We are not interested, we are not going to be dream analysis experts. No, that's not our goal. Who are you then? After all this analysis, who am I? That is what we have to, it all boils down to that Brahma Asmi Aham. That Aham, that I which is sustaining, created the dream world, etc., is me, which is Brahma. And that same I is there in the waking state also. So, iti avadhara, yeah, like that. Shlokas are there. And so, this is the, this is how we should analyze, we should use our experiences to help us understand the reality of the waking world. And this shloka only quotes from Advaita Makaranda. There's a text called Advaita Makaranda. There he's quoting a shloka. Atma Jnana Mahanidra. Atma Ajnana Mahanidra. This is Alpa Nidra. All this dream and all deep sleep and all Alpa Nidra. This is a one few hours it is. That's all it is. Few hours. Alpa Nidra. Dream is also Alpa Nidra. Then what is the waking state? It's called Mahanidra. They use the word Mahanidra for it. Why? Because it is the fuel for that Mahanidra is Atma Ajnanam. Atma Jnana Mahanidra. That's what he says there. Advaita Makaranda. Jrumbite Asmin Jaganmaye. Asmin Jaganmaye. It is manifesting in this waking world. Jrumbite means Ajnanam has to show its ugly head. And Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam keeps on coming. Asmin Jaganmaye. And he's using other word. Dirgha Swapne Spurantyete. It is manifest as a Dirgha Swapna, it seems. And this Swapna, at least after some time, I'm relieved of it. But what about this? This is also called Swapna. Earlier he said, Samsara Swapna Tulyohi. So this here it is called Dirgha Swapna because Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Mananam. Therefore, constantly this is going on. Dirgha Swapne Spurantyete. And then he says, Swarga Mokshadi Vibhramaha. And within this dream, we are talking about Swarga and Samsara, Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, children, grandchildren, and this accomplishment, that accomplishment. All these are Vibhramaha, different types of Brahma. Chitra Brahmaha, my God, so many things we have, different things. Different types of experiences, sad experiences. Some people's lives are very sad, it appears. Some people say they're highly accomplished, highly, that's it. This is the type of life we all should lead, like that they say. All these are Vibrama. Like that. That shloka is saying Swarga, Moksha, Adi, Vikram. Then Swarga and then Moksha also we have to talk about, because what to do? Samsara is there, then Moksha is required. This whole talk, everything also is Vibrama is saying. So, why? Because everything is Brahma. Anything other than that has to be a Brahma. Either it is Brahma or it is Brahma. Yeah, I think that's what we should. That's a coin. Word I am coining it now. Either it is Brahma or it is Brahma. So, then this whole idea that Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat, all this analysis, you got this Tripati is there. Tripati. So now I am a Jiva. I have made due to this jnanam, I have now become a jiva. Paramatma has become a jiva, as it were. And the Paramatma is separated out into something else, God. And the world, of course, is visible to all of us. And world, I am too much, the world is victimizing me. Unfortunately, there is a savior called God. This Tripati becomes very real after that. And so, this is the kind of thinking. And therefore, then everything becomes a problem to be solved. And even religion can become a problem. It can be a source of sorrow. I've been praying for you so many years, but you did not. Did you do anything good for me? Please tell me. Arguing with God also. And so you have not done anything good. I am not seeing any tangible results. My prayer is not yielding. So we become like this because we are trapped in this tripoti. I have a threat. I need some help from this threat. So that is how it is. I'm not saying it's wrong. That is how it is. And we have to now take the help of the Shastram. Atma Kripa, Guru Kripa, Ishvara Kripa, Shastra Kripa. Look at that. That is where all these things now come together. The Kripa has to be there. Somebody has to have the compassion to say, this is what the problem is. And that somebody also should have gone through the same problems and must have come out of the problem. Then Kripa, that person is the only person who can be really compassionate. Every other compassion is somewhat conditioned. It's good. All compassion is good. Don't get me wrong. But this analysis we are talking, that kripa is needed. That's why prayer is so important. Prayer for the right things also is important. I cannot keep on praying for Artha and Kama all the time. I will get, because they say, be careful what you pray for, what you ask for. This also is another thing I heard. Be careful what you ask, because you might get it. You might get it. In fact, you will get it. You will say you get it. So, we pray for Artha and Kama and Dharma, which is Punyam, that is what I will get. And so, Shastra says, no. That's why religion also perpetuates. When I say religion causes problems, means what? Religion causes problems if the purpose of religion is not understood. Karma Kanda is there, Jnana Kanda is there. It's a big wall between the two. I must understand the purpose of Karma Kanda. It is meant for Dharma, Artha, and Kama only. It is not meant for moksha. Then what else can this do then? Then Chittasya Shuddha Ye Karma. We are seeing in Vivek Chudam. Hey, Chitta Shuddhi. I must go through all the experiences, only then I can sit one day and ask the question. When is all this going to end? How can there be a release from this constant seeking and constant accomplishment? Even though some of my experiences are very good, even though my family is good and my job is great and everything, still there's no end to it. Like that, if I to ask that question, I need to do this karma. Duty based life is critical for it. Duty based life. So, duty, because duty means I am doing, I don't have to do something, I don't have to help somebody out there, I don't have to. But if I do it, That means I am invoking something special in me, that godly nature in me, and I want to that godly nature to flower up so that I can ask all these questions and I can nourish that questioning mindset and come to the Shastra. Once the Shastra is there, then we are in good hands. Shastra Kripa is also there. Ishvara Kripa has been converted to Shastra Kripa. Okay, look at that. And then, therefore, then I begin to understand all these things that were a source of fear before, people and things and so on and so forth. Even corona virus is a source of fear for me. Okay, let that be. It is all true. Empirically, everything is true. But I can't be caught in empiricality. Let it be. Okay, all the disease is there, old age is there. Yes, let it be. But shouldn't I ask the question, is there something beyond old age? That question just empowers the human being so much. That is what our rishis have given us. And so that's what we are looking at here. And so here we have got about 5 more minutes. See, religion trap. Just a few days ago, somebody, a person known to be very well, that he's a very religious person. Religion, he will go to all temples. He's in all ashrams they seek him out because he's the ultimate sevak. He is available for whatever work is there and he does everything in that city where he lives. And 2 months ago, he started getting this not breathing problem, but he used to get tired. By walking 5 minutes, he used to walk miles and miles. But walking 5 minutes, he gets tired, so he used to sit down, it seems. Then again, walks for 5 minutes. Even Pradakshinam of the temple, he could not do properly. Then he fortunately checked the doctor out. The doctor did all the tests and said, you have a 90% block, stenosis of some valve, something, not valve, but some vessel. CA CAP or something it is, cardio, arterio, something. And you have to get you admitted immediately. Thank God you're alive for you and me to talk like this. That is what the doctor told me. So now this man goes home. 2 days later, they call me. What happened? What happened? No, we are debating when to go to the hospital. And then he says, day after tomorrow is Ashtami, and then it is Navami. Ashtami and Navami are not good days. And so I want to go after 4 days. You know what I told him? I told him, look, this is the religion trap, correct? This is the religion trap. Hey, this Ashtami, Navami and all is applicable when things are normal, not during emergencies. If suppose I broke my leg right now in the road, will I look for Ashtami, Navami, Prathama and Ekadashi and all? Or will I go straight to the hospital? The ambulance man comes and says, sir, your leg, I think you have a fracture. Today is Ashtami. Shall I take you to the hospital now or shall we wait and come tomorrow? Then he got it. Then only he got it. So that is why sometimes when we say religion is a trap, this is what it is. We have to move. We have to understand the purpose of what we are doing. Otherwise, we'll get trapped. I told them, hey, even to ask like this, you have to be alive. Okay, so let's first make sure for you to follow Ashtami, you have to go to the hospital first. Only then Ashtami Navami will come back and be real for you. We all need you for you to be alive. This is what I told them. 3 days later, there's no guarantee you'll be alive. To enjoy the Navami, you won't be alive. This is what point blank I told them. And all the mother, father, and son, all three were sitting. This is the father I'm talking to. I said, you all think about it and let me know, I told them. Then they called me up and said they're going. So, this is how it is. This is how it is. So, we'll continue in the next class. I'll give you the meanings. We'll look at Mani Prabha also. If you have it handy, you keep it with you in the next class. Let's see what Mani Prabha says. Sa eva atma maya parimohitaha shariram astaya and all that. All that will be fairly straightforward. Good. आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
धन्यवादः
Thank you, Jay.
धन्यवादः
जय जय कुमार जी
धन्यवादः गुरुजी
धन्यवाद